Hey allihopa, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Yusa, photographer and content creator, and today we're going to talk about something a little bit different, but very fitting for this time of the year. Since I was born and raised in Sweden, I found it fitting to be talking about the fascinating world of Viking Yule traditions and their enduring influence on modern Christmas celebrations. So, grab a cup of mead, get comfortable, and let's do this. Alright, so in the heart of Scandinavia, the ancient Vikings celebrated a winter festival known as Yule. A tradition still alive in Sweden today, but we call it Yule. But back then, the celebration started on the winter solstice, December 21st, marking the lengthening of days and the promise of spring. Traditionally, this feast lasted for 12 days, symbolizing the transition from one year to the next. And historical sources suggest that the festivities could last anywhere from 3 days or as long as the ale flowed. And we all know that Vikings like to party. In ancient time, the blot was a sacred ritual where farmers gathered at the temple called the Hof, with animals like pigs or horses to be sacrificed and then later served at the feast. This ritual involved sprinkling the blood, or the laut, over the altars and the people while the meat was cooked and then later savored during the feast. A long oak log carved with runes for protection was burnt throughout the Yule festivities. Letting it to go out was considered an ill omen and bad luck. The remnants of the log were kept for the next year's fire. The Evergreens, symbols of life in the barren winter. They represented a promise of life during the coldest and the darkest season, and trust me, winters in Scandinavia can be very dark and cold. But these trees were adorned with offerings to ensure the return of the tree spirits in spring. They were also believed to be sacred to the sun god Balder. Also, big giant sun wheels, forerunners to our modern Christmas wreaths, were crafted and then set on fire to welcome the sun's return. The Yule Boar, or Sonargölte, was central to Yule. The boar was sacrificed, brought into the hall, where people then made vows upon its bristles, in a ceremony known as heitsträngning. Yule ham, or julskinka like we say in Sweden, is still a centerpiece of the Christmas celebrations in Scandinavia during Yuletide. But the practice of heitsträngning is no longer a thing, as far as I know at least. The Yule goat, or Julebock, is one of my favorites. The Yule goat is a key symbol in the Viking Yule traditions. It embodies the goats that pulled Thor, the god of thunder, across the sky and their hoofs mimicking thunder. Today, the Yule goat is a beloved decorative figure in Scandinavia. Often it's made out of straw. But it's also a strong reminder of a rich Norse heritage. Also, historically, young men would actually dress in goat skins, traveling from home to home, singing, much like modern Christmas caroling. They received food and drinks as a reward, keeping the community spirit alive. Yule celebrations, one person would be selected to dress up as a Yule, a white-bearded man dressed in a hooded fur coat. Yule is also known by the name Odin, who's also called Yule Father, meaning Yule Father or Father Christmas. It was around this time of the year that Odin could be seen riding his 8-legged horse across the sky, visiting people in their homes. This image of Odin was later adopted by the Dutch, who called him Sinterklaas. Sinterklaas would ride over the rooftops and bringing gifts to people during holiday season. Even Odin's ravens was transformed by the Dutch into Sinterklaas little helpers that would report to him which children had been good or bad during the year. Santa Claus, as we know him today, was given a red outfit and a sleigh with 8 reindeer, representing the 8 legs of Slayer in the 19th century. An image made widely popular by Coca-Cola Company in the 1930s. Let's talk about another key part of Viking Yule traditions, the celebration with mead and ale. To drink Yule meant to celebrate it, with these beverages playing a central role. In Viking halls, mead and ale, typically like 10 to 20%-ish alcohol, were more than just drinks. They were symbols of festivity and unity. The first toast honored Odin for power, followed by one to Freyr for fertility. These toasts weren't just a tradition. They were essential to Viking Yule, connecting the community in celebration. So, when you toast this holiday season, remember the Vikings, uniting over their cherished brews. And that wraps up today's episode about Viking Yule traditions. I'd love to hear about your holiday customs, what you've embraced, and what you've chosen to maybe not do anymore. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. And with that, I'm wishing you all a very happy Yuletide. Thank you all for watching, and before I end this, let's do a proper skål for the Vikings. Skål and god jul!